On sait que vous êtes fan de Battlestar Galactica. Allez, n'en y est pas. Bon, il faut bien dire qu'on vous a un peu forcé la main. Alors, puisque la première moitié de la saison 4 s'achève sur Sci-Fi, en attendant, haletant les 10 derniers épisodes à la rentrée prochaine, je vous propose de découvrir la rencontre que nous avons vécue avec Jimmy Bamber, alias Apollo.
I'm gonna make a difference in this fleet.
On lui a demandé s'il se doutait que la série allait changer sa vie à ce point.
Pas du tout. Non, je me souviens très bien le moment où mon manager à Los Angeles m'a donné le scénario. J'ai lu, il y avait 2 pages, un manifesto quoi. C'est ce qu'il voulait faire, Ron Moore, avec la science-fiction à la télé. C'était vraiment surprenant à ce moment-là. J'ai lu une histoire réelle, forte, avec des personnages complexes. À ce moment-là, je me suis engagé au projet, mais c'était seulement 2 films au début. Alors je ne savais rien. Je n'avais aucune idée qu'on aurait eu la chance de faire une série. Ça dépendait du succès des 2 films. Alors on a fait 2 films. C'était bouleversant parce que j'ai rencontré Edward James Olmos, Mary McDonnell, des acteurs de haut niveau que je respectais. Et j'ai travaillé avec Michael Reimer et j'ai lu les mots de Ron Moore.
The clean slate, the fresh start, maybe they are illusions, like you said. But at a certain point, faith in ourselves, in our right to survive as a species, as a people, that's not a given. That's a choice.
The miniseries did really well. The network didn't pick it up. It took a co-production with Sky in the UK to get the money together to make it. At the 11th hour, with 15 minutes left on my contract, I got a call. It was going to die. So it's always been a surprise. And then when Time magazine named it as the best show on TV in 2005, when Rolling Stone said it was, you know, the best show, and I think the moment that really made me realize that this show was about to become relevant to the world was when we did episodes like, I think it was episode 6 in season 1, where Kara was torturing a prisoner and Abu Ghraib had just broken in the news. And then the highbrow media just suddenly got intoxicated with the possibilities of this show. And that kept happening. Moments like that kept happening. Just when I thought I understand what Battlestar is, Ron would just explore a new dimension to the show. And there's the religious dimension, which was there right from the beginning, where you've got these human beings that are heroes who have this belief in a polytheistic sort of Greek crazy world, and the bad guys believe in one God and speak like Christians. And to America, that's incandescent, you know, and I suddenly realized this man is really going to shake it up. And he did it again and again and again.
Never seeking out a job until it's handed to you. Flight leader, Battlestar commander, quorum delegate.
All right, enough of the psychoanalysis. Let's get back to the job in hand.
You start off with a character who's a fighter pilot who's very good at his job, doesn't get on with his dad, and his dad is the king of fighter pilots. So you've got a bit of Hamlet, a bit of Henry IV in there. You've got a king and a prince who's trying to rebel and become his own man. And for Lee, that's his journey, is to find out who he is. The whole show is a crisis of identity. It's people who don't know who they are anymore. You know, most of us leave home at a certain age and do our own thing, and our dad is no longer controlling our every decision. With Lee, that's not possible. He finds himself on the ship with the one man that defines him and will always define him. So it's natural that he then seeks out other influences, like the influence of the grandfather who was a lawyer, and he goes back to him, and then he becomes a politician because the Rosalind character sort of infuses him with this voice and this leadership, a different kind of leadership, a more humanistic leadership than a military leader, and he finds he has an aptitude for that. And then at the end, he's kind of back being a soldier again, and in the final, he's in the uniform in the finale. The final shot, Lee is standing on a hill all alone, and finally he's understood who he is, I think, at the end. He's on top of a hill, and his dad's on top of another hill elsewhere, and they don't necessarily need to be together to love each other, and they understand each other at the end. And I think that's what the show is a crisis of identity and looking for your own voice.